My name is Mike Kelloway. I represent the riding of Cape Breton-Canso, and I belong to the Liberal Party of Canada. In my family, service learning has always been an important thing. My father was in charge of mine rescue. He was a coal miner and did a lot of work in the community in terms of giving back to community, and my mother did as well. And it was always taught to me that you give back to the town that has given you so much, and I did that professionally, I did that personally, and then when the time came to run, it was an opportunity to do it at a different level. My proudest accomplishment was playing a significant role in putting together the Fishers benefit program during COVID. Fishers, many are not eligible for EI, and my team back home, and I have a great team of people that work in the office, and myself work towards putting together a plan along with finance to ensure that Fishers received a compensation in terms of having a salary during COVID when they couldn't fish. What motivates me is the people. The people motivate me. Everyone in Cape Breton-Canso. I represent 5 counties, 3 First Nations communities, an Acadian population. It's urban and rural. The people are what empowers me, and I never forget them, whether I'm in Ottawa, whether I'm back home. It's why I'm here. The impact that one individual MP can have. And a lot of people think that, well, you have to toe a particular party line, you cannot deviate from a particular item in terms of being an advocate. And I can tell you that focusing on community issues, you may not have a big team supporting you at first, but the power of one person to change things is what I've learned. Every week with committee. I sit on the fisheries committee, and a lot of the work we've done this year, for example, has been completely bipartisan. And what I mean by that is that the MPs that are on the committee decide on studies to do, studies that could have an impact on policy down the road. And so we have come together on so many different initiatives, illegal fishery being one, seal predation being another. It is coming together in committee that I've seen the most bipartisanship. And sometimes it takes a while to get there, but through conversation, both informal and formal, you get to a point where you have a common goal and common objective. So I would say, in particular, Fisheries Committee, and I would dare say that most MPs will probably tell you that committee work is where a lot of the bipartisanship happens. So misinformation is one of the biggest challenges to democracy. You see it internationally, and you see it nationally, and you see it locally. A lot of that is perpetuated by social media. So MPs have a role to play in terms of speaking truth to that, all MPs, regardless of political party. But I also think we need to look at how we educate, both in the secondary school system and the post-secondary school system as a start. And we also need to ensure that media, that people understand where the sources of unbiased media comes from. So your CBC, CTVs, and so forth, these are journalists that have gone to journalism school. They know how to check their facts. So it's really around ensuring that people know where they get their media from, and know that perhaps if it's on social media, to be diligent to find out where their sources are. Here's a story that gives me hope. In 2019, I ran for political office, and I was an underdog. I've always been an underdog. In my own community, in any line of work, I've always been an underdog. And most of my team was made up of young people. And those young people taught me more than I could ever teach them around ideas around policies on environment, in terms of engagement, you name it. Young people today are engaged. Young people today want to be engaged. Young people today understand the importance of the environment, of the economy, of how everything is interconnected. So I've learned a lot from young people, especially in Cape Breton Canso. That gives me a lot of hope. And what we need to do is provide more opportunities as young people get older to take part in the political process. So what I would say to all MPs out there is open your door, be a big tent. And also MPs, if I can be blunt, do not know everything. I know it's a shocker. And we need to bring people in who have fire in the belly, have passion, and have a commitment to community empowerment. Young people have that. Hang in there. And my 16-year-old self would be probably suffer from imposter syndrome, that he wasn't good enough to be in a room with other folks that may be of higher standing economically, a higher standard in terms of education. Hang in there. Hang in there. Put your head down, work hard, listen, and don't be afraid. I would say Mike Kelloway of 16 years of age, don't be afraid to ask questions.